Hi everyone, my name is Rolando Bautista. I'm with Portada, and today we have the pleasure of having Rolando Aedo. He's from the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau, and he's going to be one of the speakers at the Portada Lab Conference on June 8th and 9th in Miami. How are you? And thank you for having us, Rolando.
I'm doing great, and I'm really excited about being at Portada Travel Summit less than 2 months from now.
Yeah, great. Start by telling us how has marketing for Miami evolved over the years?
Wow, I mean, I've been doing this for about 20 years now, and I got to tell you, when we first started, it was mostly about sun and fun, and of course, our great nightlife, and things are still really important for Miami, for Greater Miami. But what's happened, especially over the last 10 years and even the last 5 years, is Miami has grown into this really tropical, cosmopolitan, global destination, and we've got world-class hotels, world-class restaurants, but we have amazing culture and nightlife, and destinations like downtown Miami and Wynwood are as exciting as South Beach is, and so now it's given us the ability to talk about so many different facets of Miami. And that means I'm also talking about the various neighborhoods and the flavors and the textures of Miami. Encourages people to explore more of Miami. And as a marketer, brander, it's been a paradise to be able to talk about so many aspects of this great destination, which I happen to have called home for most of my life.
Great. And who is the prime target in the marketing of the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau?
Well, we like to say it's the world, and the reason I say it's the world is because half of all the visitors to Greater Miami are from international markets, and that's why travel summits like La Portada are so important because they bring the world together. The world comes together in Miami. 50% of folks are from the U.S., 50% are from international markets. Brazil is our top international market. Argentina, Colombia, Venezuela. These are all key markets for us, but we also get a lot of Europeans. Uh, Germany is our top European market. When we look at it demographically, though, a little bit closer, Miami, its evolution is we are now one of the more expensive destinations in the world, and that's not a bad thing. In fact, it's a great thing. It speaks to the strength of the Miami brand. But because of that, we are definitely going for a fairly high demographic. We tend to target people with about 100,000 household income and above. With that said, there's always times of the year, especially in the summer, where you find tremendous value in Miami. So started out by saying we target the world and we want people to our international flavor. When it's winter somewhere, it's summer elsewhere, and that's why we have year-round tourism that comes to Miami and generates a lot of economic impact.
Now, when it comes to marketing Miami to Latin American audiences, what do people, marketers, need to take into account?
Well, as I said earlier, we market to a lot of U.S. markets, but we also spend a lot of time marketing to Latin America. And it's definitely not about translating. In fact, it's about transcreating and being transcultural. We go out of our way to make sure that not simply taking an ad that I may do for the U.S. market and in the language and the headline and go and deploying it in Latin America. And even Latin America, as you all know, and as the attendees of La Portada know, is not one homogeneous market. Differences between Colombia and Argentina or Costa Rica and Belize can be more different. And then of course we have Brazil, which is not just languages, their culture is different. So we have people on the ground. We actually have two global offices, many in Latin America, that are helping our efforts to tell us what is more effective in Argentina versus Brazil versus Colombia versus Chile. Market is unique. They share some a beautiful language in most cases, and they share some heritage. Are very different, and I think that's why it's important to develop your marketing strategies um, uniquely so that they are the most effective. So we do encourage people, and that's something that we do internally as well. While we're based here in Miami, and we like to consider ourselves the capital of Latin America, we rely heavily on in-market resources and our in-market representatives to help us make marketing and advertising and branding programs unique to the destinations that we're targeting.
And what destinations do you see as competitors to Miami, and why do you think that is?
Well, Miami is one of the most successful destinations, not only in the country, but in the world. So because of that, we have a huge target on our back. It's okay. That's wonderful because everyone wants what Miami gets. And what Miami gets is global tourists, international tourists. As we know, international tourists, they stay longer, they spend more, they travel in larger groups, and they generate amazing amount of revenue. So it's okay that everyone wants what we've got. Because of that, competing with a lot of those folks to not only maintain our market share, but to increase it. When you look at some of our domestic competitors, and some of these are close partners, Orlando definitely derives a lot of its business from Latin America. And as you probably know, and a lot of your attendees at La Portada know, will Orlando and Miami as a package experience when they're traveling to Florida. And that's okay by us, but I will tell you that we do feel strongly that we want to retain as many room nights in Miami now more than ever. As Miami continues to evolve, we feel that we have as many attractions in very different ways, as many, if not more, offerings to the great destinations in the United States. We're definitely competing with some of those destinations. And New York, another great global destination. A lot of Latin Americans go to New York, and in some cases, because of distances, they'll have to make choices. They may not be able to experience Miami, and Orlando, and New York. So I would definitely say that New York is a competitor for us when it comes to Latin America as a whole. But we're also competing with Europe, and now as you have a rising middle class throughout Latin America, notwithstanding some of the challenges in some of the key markets. One of my greatest challenges, because of our affinity with Latin America, has been coming to Miami for many, many, many years. We want to make sure keep coming back and that they don't fall into the trap of been there, seeing that. And we want to constantly reintroduce the new Miami, which is so dynamic that every year or two, you have to come back and re-educate yourself. So we're competing literally with the world to make sure that people know and don't take Miami for granted.
Great. And are you looking forward to the Travel Marketing Forum at Portada Lat? And tell us a little bit why.
Well, number one. I'm proud to be one of the speakers there, and I thank you for that honor. And the fact that La Portada Summit is in this destination that I call home, that I promote, Miami, makes it much more exciting. Travel and tourism is the foundation of Miami's economy. And travel and tourism not only drives travel and tourism, but it also drives real estate. It drives technology in Miami. It drives our meetings and conventions. It's the foundation of a lot of the wonderful things that are happening as I stare out my windows here in downtown Miami. All these things coming together. The fact that I have the privilege of being a speaker at a summit that focuses on my passion in my industry is something that I'm very, very excited about participating. I encourage your listeners to join me in person. I'll make myself available to everyone who wants to learn a little bit more about how we market this great destination.
Great. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for the insights that you have given us today. And we're looking forward to networking with you and seeing you and talking to you at Portada Lat conference on June 8th and 9th. Thank you so much.
I look forward to it. Thank you.